I'm Ty Ankrom, talking about One Book, One Community, and what I'd like to talk about is some of the readings that I do. I do a lot of journal reading. Educational leadership is something that I read frequently. It's for school administrative kinds of people. It wouldn't be interesting for the general public, but it's interesting to those people who are educators. Other books I read are self-help kinds of books or inspirational kinds of books, books to help us think about what we need to do and how we should be doing it. Brent Hoffman, who's the special ed director at Westfall, talked about Start With Why. I've been reading that. A book that's given to me by Jonathan Davis, Circle of School Superintendent, is Urban Meyer's Above the Line. Those are both excellent books. If you like espionage thrillers, my favorite author is probably Alex Berenson. He has a character named Jonathan Wells, who is really in depth in terms of being able to understand the geopolitical aspects of the world and how that all works out. And what I find about Alex Berenson be interesting is he really connects with his readers because he has an email address that I've emailed a couple of times, and he's replied to me fairly quickly. I didn't expect it. I just thought, I'm going to email this guy, and he replied back. But probably my favorite book and my favorite author, and sometimes I see people who talk about their book clubs and what they read, what's a good read. I always say, I read Horton Hears A Who, and they laugh at me. But Dr. Seuss and Theodore Geisel is really one of the best writers, I think, around. His books are insightful. His books has a message. Last year's One Book, One Community, awesome. It was very insightful, talked about the little kid and about the little things that have to happen to make people to be acceptable. Horton Hears A Who also does that. And I'm sure most of you read this book to your kids, but if you think about it, the mayor of Whoville says a person is a person, no matter how small. And that's something I think we need to remember. Everybody out there is a person, no matter how small they are, no matter what their position is. They're all important people. That's what Dr. Seuss gets across to me, and that's what I take away from it. And I hope we remember that and treat people like they should be treated.